Alright, so I put the Super Famicom in this, at least the back in the kind of front plate and where the controller ports cover. And the way to do this is you want to submerge the whole thing in hydrogen peroxide, let the UV rays of the sun reverse the aging effect of the yellowing effect of the plastic. And then I've got these jars so I can weigh it down, keep it from floating to the top. It's about 4:30 right now. It's not as early as I'd like it to be. So the third one. Okay, almost. And almost. Good thing is, this is only about $1 a bottle. That was all it was. Didn't even charge any tax on it. I guess it just barely covers it. I guess I could dilute it with water. Alright, so I poured in almost a jar's worth of water. So I hope it'll be good enough now. And I hope there'll be enough time in the day. Sun's pretty low. But I moved it over here because the sun's starting to go down. And it was getting in the shade of these tall trees over here. And I want to say that it's made a difference, but it could just be I'm just, I'm seeing what I want to see. But there's the yellowed part there. And it's been an hour now, and I brought this along again. Let's see, compare the two. And it does look like it's a little bit better. It could just be because it's the bottom and it didn't get a lot of UV light. There's to compare. So here we are at the 1.5 hour mark, and once again it's now pretty much in the shade. I do think it's a little bit whiter. I just decided to bring it in. It's been out there for under 2 hours, and by the time you can see, it's just about all shade out there. You can see some sunlight way down there. I tried to take it from over there, a little bit over there, and I just kind of spilled it all just a little bit at a time and just gave up and decided to clean it off. So you can see that used to be the exact same colors that had, of course, same conditions, same plastic. So you can see it did make a little bit of a difference. And then that was also in there. Yeah, by the way, this was in there. The top part wasn't. I did the bottom, that, and that, if you weren't really clear on it. That does look a little bit better than it was. Still yellow. You can still see the color it should be compared to what it is. And then the back, I don't know. When you look at how yellow that is, the back's not too bad. I mean, hydrogen peroxide, I think it would work for, for what it was, it worked pretty well. It was 3% to begin with. And then I added in a little bit more water. I mean, if it was below 3%, I had to keep moving it around because it wasn't the right sunlight. The sun was going down. It wasn't even out there for 2 hours. So I think if I would have had stronger hydrogen peroxide, set it somewhere where I could leave it and have the sunshine on it for 3 hours or so at a time, I think it would actually turn the whole console white. And of course, people have shown that works. Alright, so I emptied 5 bottles of hydrogen peroxide in here, 32 ounces each, and I diluted it with a little bit of water from a jar. And now I have kind of an interesting setup. I tilted it. I bought this container for I think $1.50, $2, and there's some dog hairs in there. But you can see it's tilted to just try to make it. This one, I don't use so much hydrogen peroxide. I did have to still dilute it with water. Hopefully this will work. It's 1:45 now, so I got it out here a lot earlier. And I moved it, instead of it being over there, moved it over here where the sun was, starts to go down. And I hope now a cloud just moved over the sun, so it's a little overcast, but hopefully this will still work. Well, we're half an hour in, and I can't tell if it's really working. It's gotten a lot more bubbles than when I tried it yesterday, so that's positive. Maybe that means it's working. I had to put this little kind of a bowl see-through glass jar and I had to kind of lean it up against the Famicom and on top of the controller port, because though the controller port didn't float, or the thing around the controller port, I mean, though it didn't float, it rolled over kind of to the part that was gray, that was, you know, didn't need the UV, so I kind of put it on there just to keep it from moving. Then I have to move the drawers around once again. That dang thing around the cartridge port just won't stay still. It keeps moving around, it keeps floating to the top. I thought that it would stay under there, but for whatever reason, every time, once it settles, it floats to the top. On the bright side though, I can see a notable difference even just after an hour. So I'll keep it out here another hour, or maybe an hour and a half, and then I think I'll put the back in and see if I can get that any whiter. But it does look a lot nicer than when I put it in here. And I've spent about $9 on hydrogen peroxide so far, and about $1.50, $2 for the bin. So it looks pretty good so far. Here's the hour and a half mark, and you can tell it has gotten a lot better. In fact, the little insert that says Super Famicom, which is covered up by 2 jars, it's almost about the right color it needs to be, and it's doing a lot better than it was yesterday. I finally got that dumb cartridge, or controller port insert in place, or it won't block the rest of the console from getting whitened. And we're at the 2-hour mark, something I didn't reach yesterday because the sun kept going down, and I keep having to move it. You can see it was tilted the other way. Now, it's been about a half an hour since I last moved it, and it looks like it's looking really good. Almost white like it should be. About the 2 hours and 15 minutes mark, I have to go somewhere, so I won't be able to update it until I get back, which will probably be after the sun's gone down. But anyways, the way it stands now, it actually looks pretty good. Having to keep moving it around impedes the progress of it, but it looks a lot better than it did in night and day. Alright, here's what it looks like after day 2 of hydrogen peroxide, and it's still not close to done. I'll need to do it again tomorrow, and also put the thing that goes around the power switch out there too. I forgot that. But stick around. I'm not going to film day 3, but I will have another video where you can see the finished product and me testing it. Also, if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.